A high-profile legal showdown between conservative political commentator Karoline Leavitt and longtime television host Whoopi Goldberg has shaken the media world. After a heated defamation case ended in Leavitt's favor, the fallout has sent tremors through ABC's The View, placing the iconic daytime talk show on the financial edge. With damages mounting and public trust wavering, the ruling could spell more than legal trouble. It may signal the beginning of the end for one of television's most enduring programs. For over 25 years, The View has been a staple of daytime television in the United States. Launched in 1997 by journalist Barbara Walters, the talk show was envisioned as a forum where women of varying backgrounds could discuss hot topics, politics, and current events from multiple perspectives. It quickly grew into a cultural powerhouse known for its outspoken hosts, passionate debates, and direct engagement with political and social controversies. Whoopi Goldberg, who joined the panel in 2007, became one of the show's most recognizable figures. Her tenure saw The View lean more prominently into political commentary, often sparking intense public debates. However, this shift in tone and content also opened the show to legal scrutiny, especially as the lines between opinion and alleged misinformation became increasingly blurred. Over the years, the show has weathered numerous controversies, but none with the financial and legal weight it now faces. Karoline Leavitt, a rising conservative voice and former Trump White House staffer, has been a frequent target of criticism. On The View, known for her fiery rhetoric and unfiltered stance on hot-button issues, Leavitt has clashed with liberal media outlets in the past. However, a segment aired last year in which Goldberg made direct, allegedly defamatory remarks about Leavitt's political activities and affiliations ignited a fierce legal battle. The comments in question, which included accusations of extremism and connections to far-right groups, were delivered during a panel discussion on the state of young conservative influencers in American politics. Leavitt responded immediately, filing a defamation lawsuit against Goldberg and the show's production team. Legal experts at the time were divided on the strength of the case, but Leavitt's legal team pursued it aggressively, arguing the statements went far beyond opinion and damaged her reputation irreparably. The trial began earlier this year in a New York courtroom, drawing widespread media attention. Leavitt's legal team, led by prominent defamation attorney Richard Farnsworth, argued that Goldberg's statements were not only false, but intentionally malicious. They presented internal communications from The View's producers suggesting that the show had pre-scripted the segment with the aim of targeting Leavitt. Leavitt herself took the stand, offering emotional testimony about the personal and professional fallout she experienced following the broadcast. The defense, representing Goldberg and ABC, maintained that the comments were part of a larger conversation and constituted protected speech under the First Amendment. They emphasized Goldberg's role as a commentator rather than a journalist, arguing that viewers understood the distinction. They also challenged the idea that Leavitt's public image had suffered measurable harm, pointing to her growing popularity and fundraising success since the controversy erupted. But the jury saw it differently. After nearly 4 weeks of testimony, deliberations concluded with a unanimous verdict in Leavitt's favor. The court found Goldberg liable for defamation and awarded Leavitt $32 million in damages, $15 million in compensatory damages for reputational harm and lost income, and $17 million in punitive damages for malicious intent. ABC and The View's production company were also held jointly liable, raising the stakes dramatically. The verdict sent shockwaves across the media industry. For The View, the implications were devastating. According to insiders, the show's legal liability insurance may not fully cover the massive judgment. With advertising revenue already declining due to polarizing content and shifting viewer demographics, this financial blow could not have come at a worse time. Several sponsors have reportedly paused their partnerships with the show, citing reputational concerns in the wake of the lawsuit. Goldberg, who was not present in court when the verdict was read, issued a brief statement through her legal team expressing disappointment in the outcome and vowing to appeal. ABC has also signaled it will challenge the decision, but legal analysts suggest the evidentiary record is strong and overturning the verdict will be difficult. Behind the scenes, production staff are reportedly grappling with a climate of uncertainty. Sources within the network have indicated that layoffs or budget cuts could be imminent. Some speculated that the show may go on hiatus or even face cancellation if the financial strain proves insurmountable. Ratings, once buoyed by daily controversy, have begun to slip, especially among moderate and independent viewers. Karoline Leavitt, for her part, has remained publicly composed but resolute. Speaking at a press conference following the verdict, she stated, "This case was never about silencing free speech. It was about holding powerful people accountable for lies that harm real lives." Her legal victory has galvanized supporters and may serve as a rallying cry for other public figures who feel misrepresented by mainstream media. The verdict has drawn mixed reactions across the political and media landscape. Conservative commentators have hailed it as a victory against media bias, calling it a watershed moment in the fight against what they describe as the liberal dominance of daytime television. Fox News and other right-leaning outlets praised Leavitt for standing up to what they called a smear campaign, while several Republican lawmakers issued statements applauding the court's decision. Progressive voices, on the other hand, have expressed concern about the broader implications for free speech and media discourse. Legal scholars warned that the case could set a precedent that chills open discussion, particularly in politically charged contexts. The American Civil Liberties Union issued a statement cautioning that while defamation must be addressed, the line between criticism and legal liability must remain clear to protect public debate. From inside ABC, the mood has reportedly turned grim. A leaked internal memo described the need for comprehensive operational review and immediate reputational risk mitigation. Several current and former co-hosts of The View declined to comment, while others have privately expressed concern about the show's long-term viability. Goldberg herself has remained largely out of the public eye, though insiders suggest she may step away from her hosting duties while the appeals process unfolds. Media watchdog groups have called for industry-wide reflection, urging networks to ensure stronger editorial oversight and clearer delineations between personal opinion and factual commentary. As the media world processes the fallout, the Leavitt-Goldberg case has ignited a fierce debate about accountability, narrative control, and the future of political discourse in entertainment programming. Legal and media experts agree the case could become a touchstone in the evolving relationship between public figures and mass media. Defamation suits are notoriously difficult to win in the United States, where the bar for proving malicious intent is high. Leavitt's victory suggests a shifting judicial attitude toward what constitutes actionable harm in the digital media age, especially when high-profile shows are involved. Professor Marla Green, a constitutional law expert at Georgetown University, noted, "This verdict indicates a growing judicial appetite for holding media personalities accountable in ways we haven't seen since the early 1990s. It's a wake-up call for shows that blur the line between entertainment and journalism." She added that networks may now need to institute more rigorous fact-checking processes, even for opinion segments, to avoid similar liabilities. Financially, the fallout could be extensive. Analysts at Bloomberg estimate that The View may need to draw from ABC's broader operating budget to stay afloat, a move that could impact other areas of network programming. Shareholder concerns have already begun to surface, with Disney, ABC's parent company, facing calls to reevaluate its investment in opinion-driven content. For Karoline Leavitt, the win could serve as a springboard for further political or media ambitions. Already, political insiders speculate she may leverage the victory into a congressional run or a significant media platform of her own. The lawsuit's outcome has elevated her profile substantially, positioning her as both a media critic and a formidable public figure with newfound credibility. In the broader cultural sphere, the case has reignited debates over the role of daytime talk shows in shaping public perception. As traditional media faces increasing scrutiny from both viewers and the courts, The View's legal troubles may be the beginning of a new era in how accountability is enforced in televised discourse. The defamation case between Karoline Leavitt and Whoopi Goldberg has done more than deliver a legal verdict. It has struck at the financial and reputational core of The View. With its future now uncertain, the media landscape may be witnessing the unraveling of one of its most iconic institutions. If you found this report informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage on major media, political, and cultural stories shaping our world. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring you the facts with clarity, context, and professionalism.